Right then, I've got another name for you guys, another scout report, and another player that either Chelsea or Dortmund are about to sign in the next window. But we do it anyway. Enzo. Yeah, we all know about Enzo Steve. No, it's a different Enzo. This is Enzo Lee Fee. Not making it up. That's what he's called. So Enzo Lee Fee is a 22-year-old player currently playing for Lorient in Ligue 1. And his current market value is around about 12 million euros. United get on the phone, it ain't 12 million euros, but that's what he's currently rated at, which is 12 million. Undoubtedly, probably double that if United get on the blower, if not triple that. I think if not, he'll end up being an absolute steal in the long term. He is currently being touted as one of the next big things to come out of that French talent pool, and he's a little fella. He's 5'7". He is the prototype, diminutive, low centre of gravity midfielder with technical ability and agility. And if you're sitting there going, all right, one of my favourite players that never played for United, that I actually love watching, I think he's an absolute joy to watch, is Verratti. And Verratti is who this guy reminds me of. Maybe Thiago to a certain extent as well, but Verratti is who I would say, that's this kid. Skillful on the ball, extremely skillful on the ball, positions himself very cleverly across midfield, in between the lines, always looking to drift off into spaces. None of that stagnant, square movement that we see very often from McTominay. This is a guy that can get the ball down, put it somewhere, and also get on the other side of it in good positions as well. And his ability to make line-breaking passes is excellent. And he's also got a very quick burst of speed, which is useful for moving through that centre third. And he's very versatile as well. So during his career, Lafay has played in a number of positions across the pitch. He's been a left-sided number 8. He's been a right-sided number 8. He's been an attacking midfielder. He's been part of a double pivot. He's been a deep liar. He's even been a winger in his youth days. And I think that adaptability has found him being very useful and tactically versatile in the Lorient career that he's had so far. He can be used as the defensive midfielder, deep line playmaker style, with half space presence, someone to help play out from the back, move the ball into the attacking third. He can play as a free roaming 10, just off the striker. Predominantly, though, you see him occupying that sort of left half space as an advanced number 8, a little bit similar to where we tried to occupy Paul Pogba, really. And another one of his characteristics that I think is really enjoyable to watch is his dribbling. Dribbling through midfield is very underrated, and the best players do it frequently. He carries the ball fantastically. When it comes to progression, he's more akin to like a Frankie de Jong when he's in possession. The way he uses that sort of straight line running power and agility to sort of wiggle out of pressure rather than try and pass it out of pressure. If you watch a Frankie de Jong versus, say, a Busquets, occupying a similar sort of spaces but doing it very differently. There's a distinct difference between the two, I think, and it's also one of the reasons why he works excellently in a double pivot. His low centre of gravity allows for really quick, effective feints. The feints I love because they send defenders left, right, and centre, and it feels like nothing, and it's massive. And those changes of speed, those manoeuvres, they really move the guy up the pitch, and you look great when you're doing it as well. He's also extremely press resistant. Someone so small you would expect very difficult to sort of pin into a corner. The excellent technical ability that he's got, and again, very much like De Jong, the way he is used as the go-to in the build-up. Top 5 in Ligue 1 for key passes this season from playing deep. 96th percentile in Europe for shot-creating actions. The vision and the link play is outstanding. Being physically unimposing, he often finds himself relying on having to read the game, which he does expertly. He's also a very, very willing presser, very hard-working, generally pretty astute defender, good positioning, and he has the second most tackles in Ligue 1, and he's in the 96th percentiles for tackles won in Europe. So this is an all-action midfielder. This is a player that is about to be on the lips of every single... Basically, Chelsea are preparing a bid. Prior to the World Cup, he managed 32 counter-pressing recoveries, 27 high regains, 8 dangerous recoveries in the final third of the pitch. He is all action. He is absolutely class. And for comparison, his game very much resembles what we see from someone that has adapted to the Premier League fantastically, and that's in Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle. That intensity, that mobility, that vision allows him to both take control of midfield battles, but also have a real delicate touch of quality that just makes magic happen in the centre of the park as well. Just top tier footballer that is going to go on and do bits. He is an outstanding striker of the ball, good at set pieces, which it feels like we've not had someone do that for a while. But he is the unfinished article. He does have the talent and he has the tools to be productive straight away, but I think there is a lot of room to grow within this player. And he's not a household name at this stage of his career, which means if United did acquire him, it's because we've actually scouted him and we've actually done our homework, rather than the João Felix style of signing where they just get him because they've heard of him and he cost a lot of money once. But he's about to establish himself as one of the most exciting talents coming out of France. His contract is actually running down. It expires in 2024. You could move and get him this summer and get him extremely cheap. Probably the perfect time to pounce. Outside Casemiro, who has pretty much locked down a central defensive midfield area, the next few years there are some question marks over the other midfielders in there. Eriksen has been fantastic signing for us, particularly the fact he was a free, but he lacks the dynamism and he certainly, I think, lacks the engine to play 50, 60 games. Him having an understudy that can give him the night off and we can pick and choose the right games to utilise the significant skills that Eriksen has got would be a massive positive. Fred doesn't have the quality, even though he has the engine. He's too error-prone and inconsistent. McTominay, I used to say I think United would be in a good position when McTominay is a squad player. I'm not even sure he's got that in his locker anymore. I actually think it might be he can't play the sort of football that Ten Hag is looking to play. And then you've got Charlie Savage, Zidane Iqbal, and Kobe Mainoo. Those guys are just too young, too unproven. They need loans. They need to go and show what they can do playing against men on a consistent basis week in, week out. Some of them might have it in their locker. Out of those three, one or two of them might have it. All three of them might have it. But at the moment, young and unproven. And you kind of need to know what you're about with Manchester United. So if we want to compete for the very best, we saw the importance of having genuine world-class talent in Casemiro. The impact Casemiro has had on United this season cannot be understated. And go and finding someone else with that genuine world-class potential that could be here for a number of years, available at such a snip, a real midfield. Think if we'd have signed Verratti 10 years ago, this is what we're looking at. Box to box, it's got a little bit of spark, a little bit of magic about him, a little bit of burst, and a little bit of character. Enzo Leafy could be that guy. Let me know in the comments. What do you reckon? And when do you reckon he's signing for Dortmund or Chelsea? Because that seems to be the move at the moment, doesn't it? See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.